And we're here in the lobby of the Sheraton Premier, where Terry McAuliffe will be greeting campaign supporters, actually in the ballroom a little bit later. But I'm joined here by Boyd Marcus, longtime Republican strategist who endorsed Terry McAuliffe. Boyd, I guess the first question is the most obvious one, is that why did you break with your party, and why did you get any blowback from GOP stalwarts for your decision?
Well, I decided to support Terry because I felt like he was the candidate who really would reach out and work with both sides to get things done. And I think that's what Bob McDonnell did as governor, and I think that's what we need in Virginia. We need somebody who's not going to be, so ideologically committed that they simply can't get things done.
If Lieutenant Governor Bowling ran, would you have endorsed Terry McAuliffe?
If I was, in fact, working for Lieutenant Governor Bowling for the last 7 years, and I had encouraged him very strongly to run, and I believe if he had run, I probably would have stayed with him. But, we have to make choices in Virginia between the candidates who are actually on the ballot. And I think that it's clear that Terry McAuliffe is the one who's committed himself to working in a bipartisan way.
Do you think Virginia Republicans are at a crossroad right now? What would you discuss? I mean, I think after tonight there'll perhaps be a more formal discussion about it. But what would you say to your friends who are maybe at the Marriott in Richmond tonight? What would you say?
Well, I do think that the party is at a crossroads, and what we have to commit ourselves to is policies and programs that the majority of people in Virginia will actually support. We can't be so rigid in our ideology to say, if you don't support exactly what we want, we're going to throw you out of the party. We have to make a broad enough coalition to actually get to 50%. And that's part of governing, is that sometimes you don't get everything you want, you have to settle for something else. And until our party understands that, I think we're going to have problems the bigger the statewide elections. Sometimes it's easy to win a House delegate seat when it's 70% Republican. You can pretty much, you don't have to have, all you got to do is get a few of those people to support you. But once you go to a statewide election, we have to understand that Virginia has changed, and we have to be willing to change some if we're going to become a majority party.
Boyd, thanks so much. Marcus, Henrico residents who clearly voted today in the election. Stay with WTVR for continued updates throughout the evening.